I know ni géma lawer sé siúd an tachtan se le Gemma.
Shall I Richie Foley ar Real? Club?
Abbeyside Ballycorty.
Inter-county debut?
Limerick 2009.
Biggest sporting achievement?
Munster title in 2010.
Biggest sporting disappointment?
All-Ireland semi-final 2010.
Your own favourites, your favourite book?
Paul Kimage, Rough Ride.
Film?
Chuck and Larry.
Sporting idol?
Ken McGrath.
Toughest opponent?
Colin Octon.
On the Waterford hurling team, who's the biggest poser?
Noel Connors.
The biggest mommy's boy?
Shane Welch.
The slowest man on the training field?
Me or Liam Lawler.
The sorest loser?
Me.
The worst dancer?
Me.
Your own motto, Richie?
What's for you won't pass you.
And your aims for 2013?
To get fit.
There was only a goal between the two teams in that quarter-final exit at the hands of Cork. What strides do you feel Waterford made in 2012?
Well, Waterford only have seven Munster titles to their name. So we made our fourth Munster final in 4 years last year, which was kind of testament to our team and the setup that we have and the panel that we have. So making another Munster final was a huge plus last year. I suppose losing was obviously disappointing, but I think any year you make a Munster final, it's good progress.
Richie, you missed last year's league with an injury to your hip. A similar injury to your other hip now has ruled you out for the remainder of this year's National League. How frustrating is that for you? First
of all, it's very, very frustrating, I want to play every game I can, all year round, and unfortunately it's after happening again this year. I hope to be back at the end of May, and we're playing Championship on the 4th of June, so it's going to be a huge ask for me to push myself into the team, but I'm going to try my best to be back and just hopefully cause the manager a few headaches come Championship. That
list of injuries means that we've seen a number of fresh faces line out for Waterford. How do you feel they've contributed to training, to the league and to the setup in general so far this year?
The lads that come into the panel this year, there's I think 9 new lads who came into the panel this year, so each and every one of those guys are really chomping at the bit and want to stake their claim, and a load of new lads come in, the likes of Jake Dillon has contributed hugely to the league's campaign so far. Brian O'Halloran is back after a lengthy injury as well. And it's it's great to see it, and hopefully it'll continue that way as well.
Michael Bryan is into his second season in charge. How has the focus shifted from last year? What's different?
There's not much difference really. Like Michael, his beliefs are still the same. He's a firm believer in hard work and team spirit, which we've carried through from last year. There's more of a kind of camaraderie this year. That's really believing in ourselves, and that's where we got a result in Clare and on Fairfield as well. It was such a bad day that day, and it was really the guys worked so hard for each other in terrible conditions, especially in Fairfield that day, that seems to be shining through this year more than ever. And the league hasn't been this competitive in years, and each game it's a must-win game, because anybody could be relegated, and it's just we have to go into every game really wanting to win each game, because getting points on the board is so important, and preparing for Championship, it's absolutely brilliant. Each game, you can see the games that have gone, every game has been so competitive, and every team is beating nearly every other team, so it's great to see it, and I think we'll bring on each team a huge amount for Championship.
Well, the Richie Foley